After watching the absolute 10 out of 10 finale of Invincible Season 2, I speak for everyone when I say that we are fiending for Season 3. But knowing the animators, we're probably gonna be getting GTA 6 before the next season, so I'm not even gonna get my hopes up. I'm just gonna be sitting here waiting until 2055. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But we're close to 10k subs, so if you guys can click that subscribe button, that'll help out. But without further ado, let's hop into this episode of... So the scene kicks off with someone taking apart two entire robots with their bare hands. And right before Omni-Man made his entrance, I already knew it was him, because who else is ripping apart metal like that? This dude Omni-Man is built different. He got the strength of like 10 giant apes combined, bro. Omni-Man proceeds to get blasted by some more robots, but we already know he's playing dead on the floor, cause ain't no way he's about to go out like that. I already know if Invincible got hit by that blast, he would have died from that knowing how trash he is. So Omni-Man opens his eyes and serves this dude up with a mean uppercut, sending him through the roof, and then follows up by smacking everyone and then grabbing this robot by the neck. And I already know my boy is quivering in his boots right now. Look at his eyes, he looks like he's seen a ghost or something. And Omni-Man did not like the disrespect because of how these soldiers pulled up on him thinking he was a normal superhero and he would be free eats. But Omni-Man starts talking about, they must have not told you who I am, but I am that guy. And all of a sudden, General Craig appears out of nowhere, and this dude must have had Omni-Man's coordinates the whole time, cause he pulled up on my man Omni-Man when he least expected him to show up. General Craig tells Omni-Man that he's about to be executed soon, and all he could do was just stand there and accept his fate. Like bro, the Viltrumites are really some S-tier haters if you think about it. They really wanted Omni-Man dead, all because he decided to become a better person after what he did on Earth. Like bro is literally suffering from success. So then we finally cut to the real action and we see Mark enter his house, and the first thing he sees is his own mom getting grabbed by her neck. And bro, you know it was about to get serious when they had my boy Mark hitting the Batman pose. Like I've actually never seen Mark this aggravated in my entire life. He's usually family friendly like Nick A30. Nah, cause how are you gonna enter Mark's own property talking about?
There's a chance you could kill me before I snap her neck, I'm not sure.
Like bro, what are you talking about? Does Angstrom really think Invincible is gonna let that slide? The first mistake was him putting his hands on Debbie with his dirty shoes on Mark's couch. So Levy asked Mark if he still has a dog in him and if he's willing to take that risk in order to save his family. But then Mark tells him that his own machine blew him up and that he's literally a failed lab experiment. Nah, cause tell me why you're pissed off at Mark, cause your forehead is built like KSI. My guy Mark only tried to save you. He probably has no clue why Levy is threatening his family. So my guy thinks it's a bright idea to toss Mark's mom straight to the ground.
Let me tell you something. Alright. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Wait.
And you could just tell by his face that he meant straight hands. There was no playing around today. He was about to get to boxing Omni-Man style. Mark tries swinging at Levy, but he gets sent to a whole different dimension. And he was just standing there trying to process what just happened. But little did Mark know was that he got sent back to 1987 where Duke Dennis used to hang out with dinosaurs back in the day. So Mark almost ends up getting eaten by the dinosaur, but he makes his way back into reality where he starts tumbling and falling everywhere. Like dog, just watching Invincible makes me laugh as to how unaware this man is of his surroundings. Omni-Man clearly did not train Mark enough when they were together, cause it looks like it's Mark's first day on the job as a superhero. He's out here moving like Peter Parker when he was swinging his spiderwebs for the first time. My boy is clueless. So Levy decides that it's time to take things to the next level, cause bro just tosses the baby, but then Debbie on some buzzer beater type timing jumps into the air and safely secures the baby in her arms. Like that right there was a phenomenal save. Look at the form on that dive. She could make a good goalkeeper, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Levy slowly looks over to Mark with that "what are you gonna do about it" type of look. And my boy Mark was fed up with this man toying around with his family, cause going for the baby is just out of pocket. Like Mark's brother just spawned in 9 months ago and now he has to deal with getting tossed around like it's a game of hot potato? Like my boy would have stayed in the womb if he knew there was gonna be days like this. So Mark rushes at Levy, but to nobody's surprise, this man gets tricked again to entering the portal. Like tell me why Mark isn't using his brain. Well, that's actually if he has one, cause he literally could have just faked him out and came at Levy from a whole different direction. Like, this is not rocket science. You fight people for a living, bro. So Mark comes through the portal and saves this bootleg Spider-Man. Like, dog, don't think I'ma let him slide for what he's wearing right now. Bro really put on swimming goggles and thought he could call himself Spider-Man. Like, nah, we see the egregious costume that you bought straight from Party City. But anywho, Mark finally makes his way back into his house, and my boy Levy was out here pulling portals like he was Doctor Strange, talking about how he has a dimension picked out for them, which has a ground that's 8 stories lower than it is here. And here's the thing, even if Mark tries to call in backup at this point, it would basically be useless, because do you guys really think that the Guardians of the Globe are gonna do something? Like, they really got washed by the Lizard League. They're not even close to being the strongest superheroes on Earth. I don't know who gave them that title. So Levy starts losing his mind completely. He starts tweaking out, cause he starts getting flashbacks from the past when Mark and Omni-Man teamed up together and went on a Call of Duty kill streak. But yo, here is where things get real weird, cause Levy gets fake memories of Invincible killing his own son, which if I'm correct, didn't actually happen in the show. I think my dog Levy is going a bit cuckoo right now. So Mark flies at Levy, but he gets sent to another portal, and this is where Angstrom takes advantage of Debbie and starts going on a rampage. So Debbie smacks Levy across the face, but that right there was definitely his last straw, because he grabs her arm and then breaks it apart like it's a tree branch. Like, oh nah, he did not have to do Debbie like that. Like, watching that right there made me want to punch Angstrom through my screen, cause she did not do anything to this man. Alright, so Levy pokes his head through the portal and checks up on Mark to see where he's at, but somehow he gets caught lacking and Mark lands right on top of him, talking about,
"There's no way out of this one. You're done."
So Mark glances over to his mom and sees the terrible state that she's in, and my boy Levy suddenly looks at Mark, and you could tell 100%, even 1000% that he knows he's completely cooked and is about to get his stuff rocked like prime Mike Tyson. And Mark was on the same timing as his dad, because he breaks the glass while holding this man with 2 hands and then ragdolls him straight into the pavement. And you could just tell he was heated cause he was asking what he did to his family. So Levy catches Mark off guard and punches him a few meters back, and this is where he starts comboing Mark like it's a game of Tekken. He was going stupid, I'm not even gonna hold you. So Levy starts throwing all types of punches and kicks at Mark, sending him flying to different dimensions. Like, bro, take a look at this. He was beating the bricks out of Mark so badly, to the point where he went into like 4 different portals. Like, tell me that's not impressive for someone that's not even a superhero. So Mark comes in flying and gets sent straight to the ground while taking 50 fall damage. And at this point, I really thought it was over for Mark, cause bro was about to choke him straight to death. Like, how are you getting beat up this badly but your name is Invincible? Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Mark finally decides that it's time to lock in, cause bro palms his face like a basketball and then tosses him straight to the dirt. And you guys already know what happens. This man Mark takes out every last bit of anger that's left in his body and puts everything that he's got into these punches. Like, this has to be personal, cause look at how he's doing this man, straight dogging him out. Nah, cause this beating got so badly that I almost had to look away. This man Invincible really took what his dad did to him and gave Angstrom the exact same treatment. And he was out here talking to himself for like 5 minutes, gaslighting himself that he was forced to kill Angstrom. Like, finally, it's about time Invincible got a W. But I guess you could say that Invincible is just like his father. I'm out.